everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City for tonight's main event. 10 rounds among hungry featherweights between Erik Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Erik the Cowboy Morales and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, the baby-faced assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera.
All right, guys, protect yourself at all times. You got that? All right, let's touch them up.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway. When we get matchups like this, guys that just won't quit, they'll be there every step of the way like Daddy Ward. Sometimes there comes a point where one fighter thinks he's got himself an advantage. He's done something great, but then the other fighter doesn't go away. How does that play out in the minds of each fighter?
Usually it doesn't affect the kind of guys you just mentioned, Gaddy and Ward. They're made how to cement these guys. They're already set in their ways. They know what they have to do. They're not going to get thrown off just because somebody's still there.
Good job protecting himself. Back to the head he goes. Halfway through round number one. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. Another flush shot up top. Hard to believe that they can keep up this pace, but who cares? It's so entertaining while it lasts. How about that? Back to back he lands by Marco Antonio Barrera. That hook was well off the mark. Final 10 seconds. Every fight takes on its own unique personality. And this fight looks like it's going to be a matching of wits, a technical display.
Yeah, if it was a chess match, it wouldn't be a lot of knights jumping over to castles. It'd be a lot of pawns moving forward very steadily.
He boxes just like that. You're gonna take this.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Showing you some defense there with the block. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Nice block by Erik Morales. Both these guys obviously hopeful that their cut men will be up to the task tonight. What does it take to be a great cut man?
And you know, that's a great question. First of all, you better have the right coagulants, the right chemicals, the right medications in that corner. Avatine, adrenaline, and you have to have Vaseline where you can put it on it. But the most important thing, you have to be calm. You can't panic. And you have to put pressure on that cut, just the right amount of pressure, and then you put those medicines in it, and then you better have a fighter that can give you a round or two. He can move around and not get caught right away. Give the medicine a chance to work.
Back and forth exchange. great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Erik Morales. Morales blocks it away. Last 10 seconds. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue and red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
And round number 3 is underway. Parries that punch intended for the head. Morales counters. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
90 seconds to go here in this round. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Marco Antonio Barrera. Gets rid of that body shot. Wow, is he defensively sound. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Ten seconds to go in this third round. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
I want you to bang the head and the body, all right? Upstairs, downstairs, over again. Get the compress on this. Let's work on the swelling. Can we work on the swelling?
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Teddy, so many times a fight like this is so hard to score. It's been wildly entertaining, but it's also been dead even.
Yes, it has. And this is where the judges really have to be on their P's and Q's and not get caught up in the action. That sounds funny. You know, the fans could get caught up in the action, but they have to watch. They, being the judges, have to specifically watch punches that are landing clean versus punches that are just being thrown.
I would assume there has to come a point in this fight where he has to make the commitment to throw the power punches. It's hard to envision a way he's going to win this fight without going down that road.
He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough to do it. I think he's worried about throwing hard at the guy because maybe in his mind that means the guy will throw hard back at him.
And a well-placed counter by Erik Morales. what guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Erik Morales has got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. Good, clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Erik Morales. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special offensive happen in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end, because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Hey, don't get counts, okay? Don't fight his fight. Let's get on that, brother. Get the compress on that.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight. Blocks the headshot. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Marco Antonio Barrera. Double jab by Erik Morales. Nice block by Barrera. Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Boy, you gotta love being his opponent, right? You come into a fight like this tonight, you're so worried about getting off your punches, landing accurate punches. Well, here it is. Not going to move the head at all. Come and get it.
No, you just have to worry about you don't hurt your hands. You better hope that you wrap them real good, because you're banging that nugget all night long.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Marco Antonio Barrera. Wow! Marco Antonio Barrera stunned, and he is hurt. So far tonight, he was being completely outworked, but now we see him being more the aggressor.
Oh, it was starting to get a little late. He understood he needed to change things a little.
And now you're seeing the beard that this guy possesses, because he went from stunned and damaged to staying right upright.
No, this is like Santa Claus's beard. I'm telling you right now.
Right back to it upstairs. 10 seconds to go in this round. Well, if the second half of this fight is anything like the first half we just witnessed, then oh boy, is it going to be fun watching this fight down the stretch.
And I don't think it can change. These guys came here with a certain attitude, a certain mindset, and it's not going to be able to change now. There's no way of all of a sudden in mid-fight being able to go to a defensive fight or a different strategy. What you see is what you get, and you're going to get it the rest of the night.
You had him that round. You're in control. Next round, let's keep busy. Relax. Relax.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Good combination to the head. Marco Antonio Barrera is looking like he's not in control right now, Teddy, and I don't think he's been the same fighter since he got tagged earlier in this fight.
No, he hasn't fully recovered. You know, some of those cobwebs, you know, some of those birds are still twerping in his head.
Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great shins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Well off the mark by Erik Morales. Oh, look at that. You know you need space to punch. He realizes that, so he pushes his opponent. A good block. He just missed that shot up top. To another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
He's done. He's done. I want you to double up on that jab and finish out with a hook, okay? One, two. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
And we are back underway. Another round in a fight that's been very entertaining, but I wouldn't want to be a judge. This is one of those fights that could go either way. Able to land the counter punch. You know, I wonder if he's taking his man lightly, because he is up on the scorecards, but you can see that he is being pressured and pushed.
You know, he's in there with a real solid guy. I don't think he's taking him lightly. It's just that he's in there in the kind of waters he's never been before, deep waters, and he's swimming harder than he's ever had to swim before.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. There he is on the inside, doing well. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Coach D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Well off the mark by Erik Morales.
Throw punches, okay? Don't walk into him without throwing a punch. You just focus on the fight. We'll take care of this well. Get on that. Get on that.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Erik Morales. Well, we told you it could be this kind of fight, and as advertised thus far. block by Erik Morales. Well, he's throwing it, but just missed. Isn't landing it. Nice block by Barrera. 90 seconds to go, halfway through round 8. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. And now they're trading blows. The twists and turns and the non-stop battle. It continues on as we've reached the 1-minute mark to go. Oh, and a 2-punch combo by Erik Morales. Gets rid of that body shot. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him in this round. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on it.
Good action here tonight. Both guys bringing their best, and both guys meeting each other stride for stride, punch for punch. Tough fight to score here as we're back underway. Very clean offense from defense by Erik Morales. Erik Morales, his opponent, is saying to himself, I can't believe this. Every time this guy throws, it seems like he lands. He's very judicious with his work.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. You know, that's his temperament. He has that kind of temperament. If you went out with the guy, you talk to the guy, you know, he thinks before he says things. He doesn't just, you know, let his mouth go. He doesn't just let his hands go. He lets them go when he thinks he should.
Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Was just off the mark. To go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Wow, is he defensively sound. Marco Antonio Barrera is thinking right now that he's doing a good job defensively, but it's really not the case, Teddy. Every so often, you will see a punch split that guard.
Yeah, he's just standing there. First of all, the gloves, he needs to extend them just a little bit away. So, as you said, those punches, you know, aren't going to force their way through to the target, which they're doing right now. They're getting down to him. They're getting through to him.
As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Digging deep, digging deep. Right? He's hurt. I need you to jump on him in this round, right?
Now this is it, 10th and final round.
Keep working the body.
Barrera able to land the counterpunch. again. He's winning the fight to me based on his overall speed. He's just a faster, quicker fighter, and it's making it so that he's able to employ his ways and get the best of his opponent.
Oh, he has that physical asset, no doubt about it. You can see it. But he has to be careful that he doesn't get carried away. He doesn't get reckless with that speed.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Marco Antonio Barrera's box is not going to the body at all. He'd be so well served to do it, though, Teddy.
Yeah, but his opponent doesn't want him to. So, you know, he doesn't want to go against what his opponent doesn't want him to do. Because his opponent would love to keep throwing to the head because, you know, he can see those coming. He can move and avoid them. Body shots, you know, your head moves, but your body doesn't.
Competitive throughout. Who got it? To find out, we send it up to the ring.
Have reached a split decision. Your winner, Erik, the Cowboy Morales.
Erik Morales is your winner. He gets the nod by way of split decision.
Hey, Joe, it was a good fight. You know, I'm not complaining about that, but I'm complaining about how they came to a split decision. If I'm the commissioner, I'm calling these judges in and say, hey, you watch the fight with me and explain to me how you came up with this.
Well, we've said that many times before, Teddy. Good, enjoyable, entertaining fight it was. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us.